Hello, guys. Did you miss us? I know we haven't been here for like a month, 2 months?
3 months.
Okay, 3 months. But today we have two special guests. This is the first time we're actually having two people, and we're very excited. So please help us introduce Ramon and Andrew.
And before we start, as you can see, we're in a completely different studio.
Yes.
Of course, to accommodate our two special guests. But it's temporary.
It is temporary. Yeah. How are you guys today? Anyway, today is probably one of the hottest days. We have like a heat wave, so it's a bit.
No, today was actually quite cooler than it was yesterday.
That's what I was
yesterday.
saying.
Yeah,
But
true.
I mean, it's still hot, but yesterday I couldn't even sleep. I was rolling, had the windows open, everything.
Oh my god! Like
I don't know what it is about London, and I don't understand why we don't have AC in our apartment.
Oh, you know what I learned? So sorry to cut you off. So I learned that because we're an island and we're small, we don't have like the electricity to go around to.
That's not true.
Is that what they said?
I would have.
It's because of
The UK, we're talking.
the Roman times, and all of the buildings were made of clay to keep the heat insulated. Right, but what
Yes.
happens is global warming, AI, things are happening, and the planet's going, we can't handle that. We have no infrastructure for that. When it gets too hot, trains stop working. I'm there with the window wide open. There's no breeze because there's a million tall building.
Exactly.
And we're just dying. I'm there on the bed with the fan light.
Do you know what I mean?
Clutch.
I'm literally in my bed like naked. Like I have to spray myself.
Literally.
Keep myself like
You've got
cool.
heaters that you can make. You've got heaters that you can make ACs as well. Like I know in the States that you got.
AC.
So there's no
Yeah,
reason as to why
yeah.
we can't have AC.
We should have
Yeah,
that.
true,
I feel like
true.
now the UK should just start implementing infrastructures for summer, because I feel like now we have summer.
Yeah.
No,
You
that's
know?
very true.
And like district line, and that's okay. Like we
Yeah.
get like, was it district line, circle line? All of
Oh my
them
god, yeah,
lots.
Hammersmith line will have
Yeah,
AC.
underground,
Elizabeth.
lovely.
Yeah.
But like the central line is like the devil's arsehole. That's crazy.
Bakerloo line,
Normal line.
nasty.
Speaking of assholes.
Interesting.
So today's episode, we're talking about we'd like to talk about self-esteem as gay black men. I'm gonna ask a very straightforward question.
Oh,
So looking at the two of you, just from looks alone, I assume you're feminine presenting
yeah.
and you're masculine presenting, right? Would you say? Okay, great. So back to
Based on
assholes
heteronormative standards.
based on heteronormative standards. So back to assholes once again. Would you say you classify yourself as a top or as a bottom?
Bottom.
I love that. Easy, straight to the point. Yes. Ownership.
I'm an adult. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Absolutely.
No, but
Listen.
no, but you know.
let Andrew say his own.
Okay.
Andrew.
Sorry.
I classify myself as a top.
Okay, so why? Wait. When I say why, again, looking at you, I assume again you're a top, I assume you're a bottom just by looking at you. Do you believe that the way you present is due to your roles?
No, I think, I mean, I identify as non-binary anyway.
Okay.
And I feel like the way that I express my sexuality does tend to have a bit of a feminine kind of edge to it anyway.
Okay.
So I've dated a lot more pansexual, bisexual guys that kind of been a bit more embracing of my femininity.
Okay.
And like my mum is like an icon. So she was always like showing me like fashion and stuff. So I always just like, I don't think it's a representation of my sexual position. I think it's just the way that I like to express myself.
Yeah.
And I just happen to be bottom as well.
Yeah. Were you always confident in expressing the feminine side of you?
I mean, I think it took me a while, you know, growing up in a predominantly like Caribbean family. That's not something that's really encouraged. So I think I was like 15 and I was like, oh, like I want to be a performer, but I can't do that if I'm shy.
Yeah.
And I can't do that if I'm shrinking myself to make other people feel comfortable. So I think I turned 15, there was a switch in my head where just like, I'm going to be who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, that's too bad.
Yeah.
And like since then, it serves me every day of my life.
Good. Good.
I love that.
And then Andrew, for you, do you feel that because you're a top, and then of course you're quite hefty, do you feel this is?
You calling me fat? Can we please explain what we mean by heavy? Someone called me heavy. Someone called me heavy the other day. I said, "What the hell do you mean by heavy?"
Do you feel like that is why you need to present as a very masculine kind of man?
Well, I mean, I recently spoke about this on my Instagram, and I think the problem with these labels that we have, I've made a statement saying, have non-binary people actually got this right? Because what it is that we always associate. We put labels and then we associate characteristics to labels. Like we associate a characteristic to being gay. And it's like all gay is an attraction to the same sex. That's all it is. And then even the tops and bottoms, if you really think about it, it's a sexual position of what you enjoy. And then now we will associate masculinity to top and femininity to bottom. When someone that presents as feminine can also be a top, and that shouldn't be looked down on or anything like that. But because we associate these characteristics to these positions and our sexualities and stuff like that, it's kind of backwards way of thinking. And that's why sometimes I always just recently I always hesitate to say the word top, because it gives that assumption, okay, you're masculine, you're this, and all these things that come with it. And I think we need to walk away from that. Do you know what I'm saying? As in, it shouldn't be what determines how you are as an individual. So you're top, so you're supposed to be masculine. Your bottom, you're supposed to be feminine. That we should go away with that. I think it's very toxic.
That's very true.
One day I know. How have you, navigated your identity as a gay man and the way you present yourself?
Oh. You're supposed to be asking them the question. And I mean,
we gotta speak about us as well.
I don't know. I think the most important thing for me is having like a really strong support system. Like I have like my two best friends here. Like I don't really, the conversations that we have kind of strengthens my belief in who I am. Do you know what I mean? Because it's kind of like every day is like affirmation. We always like big each other up. Like we always like talk to each other. Like we always bring life into each other. And I'm also, fortunate enough to be surrounded by a family that also uplifts me. So it's kind of like I don't have any other choice but to be confident and comfortable with who I am, because I'm always surrounded by love. Yes, there's people outside that, are homophobic and stuff like that. But I think, I don't know. I think I'm more comfortable with myself now than I was a couple of years ago. Yeah. I think the most important thing is just surrounding yourself with really, really great people that make you feel great.
What do you think made you or allowed you to get that confidence or to, be where you are today?
I've always been a cocky, confident person anyway. Like even from younger, like I've always been. You said you did like performing arts and stuff, right? Yeah. So when I was younger, I did like a dance, performing arts, like being on stage when like you're 6 years old, like, and having to kind of like overcome stage fright and fears and talking and stuff like that. Like you learn it from young, and I think that combined with the fact that I'm gay and feminine, it's kind of like I don't really give a fuck. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like the world to me just seems like a stage. So it's kind of like,
I feel like amongst the three of us, I'd say Kojo has the most, not confidence. Well, confidence, yes, but also like he gives less fucks. I think with you and I, we still kind of like think about things.
Yeah, we're very cautious.
Yeah, so we like second guess, but like Kojo's like,
I remember
fuck the world.
Just for Pride. Where did we go? We went to Scala.
Yes.
And we wanted to wear that circuit outfit to Scala. And I mean, we was all kind of all for it. I mean, you brought it up.
Yeah.
It was like,
But what's the circuit outfit?
Circuit outfit is like just skin out.
Harnesses, straps, leather.
Yeah, and obviously Scala, if you've ever been to Urban World, like Scala is very but kind of like bootylicious. It's like you don't really.
It's black urban.
Yeah, you're
not
supposed to be dressed.
It's like black.
Just black gays, innit? So you're supposed to be, not do too much or whatever. Yeah. Anyway, so we decided to wear circuit outfits because of, we're going to explain that later. And like later on, I thought it was all kind of in the vibe, but later on it was like, I noticed that we was the only people that were like skin out in the venue. Right. And I was like,
I know when we walked in, it was obvious that we had walked in because again we were half naked and everyone was dressed and people were like what the fuck, and then we were only there for like 30 minutes but like in that time I was like, okay, this is definitely something that is not usually done, and I know even before walking in, one day night we had a discussion and we're kind of nervous because we didn't know what to expect, but we had fun.
I don't know why you two keep saying that, because I never said I was nervous at all.
Were you not nervous?
So
was it just me?
You were putting that on him.
Okay, it was just me.
But to be honest, my outfit wasn't even that bad, because it was when I say bad, I mean not as
provocative.
Yeah. But it was literally just like shorts.
Yeah.
I think I had the most skin out, but I don't
his ass cheeks were out.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I didn't business though. But I think with me, it's like a thing where people are gonna say anything, whatever they want to say anyway, kind of thing. Like people are gonna like say the worst, so you might as well embrace it.
Rom, how do you how do you navigate in the world as a feminine presenting, non-binary black man? When you, for example, have you had situations where you were on the street and you realized people were looking at you some sort of way? Or we had an episode called Code Switching. Are there situations where you feel you have to man up a bit, or you're yourself 24/7?
Here's my thing. I wouldn't even say that I'm that like feminine presenting. I think being non-binary, my energy is definitely like a mixture of both of those two things. I never really sit cleanly in one place.
Yeah.
It's always like I'm looking like a little bit like cunty, but just might just like burp a little bit. Go throw him off the
To be honest, I don't think you're feminine at all. I wouldn't look at you and think you're
like,
feminine.
I'm like a little crop top, but like
I think you're just a bit more like alternative.
Non-binary.
Like, definitely like, I grew up in the suburbs, I love my piercings and like rock music and like I'm a bit old but like
sorry to cut off, but that again, it's not really what you would. As black men, you know that's not what.
Yeah, it's not
exactly.
default.
It's not our default. Exactly.
Yeah, no. I think for me, I've had to realize that like I'm not that important to these people, and if I am, you're weird. At the end of the day, like I live in like Wood Green, I live in the hood, I live in North London.
Wow.
I will put on my crop top and go to the station, and I dare you to say something. As a matter of fact, I want you to, and I hope you do actually. Because I'm not ramping. Like no, I'm from North London. Like I'm not doing it. Like I will put on my outfit and do what I've got to do. Don't get me wrong. When I'm running to Morrison's in the winter, I have my puffer coat and my tracksuit bottoms. And I keep it,
And
I keep it thugging. But like for me, like I had to just realize that like when you come across insecure and you're like looking over your shoulder, you're inviting that kind of energy.
Yes.
But if you're bopping down the street and you're owning your shit,
nobody's gonna say shit to you.
What can you say?
Yeah.
We all know I look good.
Yeah.
Love
Period.
that.
What are you trying to shit for?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And you know you want a piece.
Right.
Girl.
You can't have it anyway. So that's what that is.
No, I love that.
Yeah.
That make like that we have the same kind of like view across the world. Because especially being like non-binary. I think a lot of people think that it's like one thing or the other, or you switch or you vibe. You just exist in your own space.
Yeah.
Like you're just your own person, like your own vibe. Like,
especially with like growing up as like a black boy as well, like your masculinity is so policed. So I kind of grew up a lot of the time people going, well, yeah, you're not a real boy and you're not a man and da-da-da. And then I go, okay, I'm non-binary. Nah, you're a man. So all I'm hearing is you're a hater. All I'm hearing is you're a big hater. So you should block my shine.
Exactly.
We had the whole thing with him.
No, because like what are we talking about? What are we actually talking about? So for me, like even like no, but it's true. And even like the whole like pronouns of it all, like I don't really care. Like I don't need you to participate in my perception of myself.
Yeah,
I'm okay. So like for me, just like I identify as non-binary. We're hanging out. That's what it is. If you like it, you don't. It's not really my problem. I got things to do. I got bills to pay. I don't have time.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Andrew, you're an African man.
Yeah.
Are you? I mean, obviously, are you out to your family, friends?
Oh yeah, I am. I mean, if I'm not,
Fair enough. How did that discussion go? Where in Africa are you from?
I'm Nigerian.
Nigerian. Okay. How did that discussion go?
Well, you know what it is. I always talk about my coming out journey being, it was 3 different. I had different stages of coming out. I had a stage where I came out to my siblings. I had a stage where I came up to my friends, and then I had the final stage, which was only last year, when I came up to my mother.
That's always the last.
Yeah. And it was a weird experience because it was nothing how I expected it to go. And I don't know if I always joke and say it was a disappointing experience because like have you watched Keeping Up the Appearances? No, you know the bucket woman.
Oh yes. Yeah.
You never watched Keeping Up Appearances?
No. Is it a British show?
Yeah,
Is it British?
So good.
Oh, I'm not a TV
You know the
person.
bucket woman.
No, what bucket woman?
It's a British classic.
Something Hyacinth or whatever
The
her name is.
Hyacinth.
Okay.
It's really good.
It's fine. We'll check it out after the show.
No, you have to.
We'll check it out.
My mom is like the Nigerian version of Mrs. Like.
Oh, okay.
So it's just like she's so theatrical. Anyway, you know, as being Nigerian, like we're so theatrical.
Yes.
In the way that we talk.
Dramatic.
Even storytelling is just like everything. So I remember I was sitting down, and I just started crying because I was just like, I'm like, this is the beginning of me being disowned. Like I was just like, Mom, I got something to tell you. She was just like, what's wrong? Like, is your health okay? Is your like the family okay? It's like, what's going on? What's happening? And I just said, I just closed my eyes and I goes, Mom, I'm gay. And it was just like a 2-second silence. And then I felt like her just hold me, and I was just like,
She hugged you.
yeah, she just held me, and she was like, you're my son, like, what did you like?
I feel like she probably already knew. I feel like mums always know.
And it was such a crazy experience for me because it was just like, I was just like, huh?
You weren't expecting that.
I was like, a hug. So I've been hiding all these years to
for a hug.
receive a hug.
That's beautiful.
I'm pissed.
Yeah.
No, literally.
I'm just like, do you know what I'm saying? I could have got this over
No,
if it was just a hug.
Yeah, I guess
But
like
at the same time, I think that it was probably for her. It was probably the right time for her to receive it. Maybe early on in my life.
Yeah.
Maybe not, because our priest that we were going to church for so many years, he came out as gay. Like years, like couple. So she's like, she knows the husband. Like, do you know what I'm saying? So, and she's got like, we got neighbours that are gay. I mean, we live in Elephant and Castle.
Oh, that's gay as fuck.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, she knows a lot of gay people. So it was like, for me, it was, I think for her, she'd been in the community, mixed with them. She's got friends and so forth. So me coming and telling her, I think she was just like, well, you're my son and I love you. Then the next day was the weirdest thing that happened. She was just like, because at the time, me and my family moved into the house for a little while, and she said, I'm gonna run you a bath, and she ran me a bath. And I was just like, why are you running me a bath? I goes, Mum, just leave me. Like, I'm a big man. Why are you running me a bath?
Was it with anointing oil or something?
No. She
No, because my mum used it on me. I'm just saying.
No, and then she put Radox. She put it was Radox. And then she was like, I'm gonna bathe you. I was like, what do you mean you're gonna bathe me? And she's just like, just sit in the bath. And then she just bathed me like a baby. And then she said, come out. She dried my skin, rubbed my skin with cocoa butter. And it was weird because it was the first, I think that was her way of saying, I'm always gonna have unconditional love for you. Do you know what I'm saying?
Always my baby.
And you're
That's
always my baby.
beautiful.
And so for me, it was just like, raw. Like,
That was the drama.
you know what I'm saying? I'm like, what is wrong with this woman?
Oh wow,
That's so sweet.
beautiful.
That's
But it
so
was-
poetic as well.
But if you meet my mom, it's just like, huh? You're like, nah.
Yeah, but I think another thing as well, like her being surrounded by like adversity and different types of people and experiencing different types of people and talking to different types of people, it allows her to have a broader understanding of things.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's so beautiful. I love that.
When did you know for yourself that you were attracted to men? And did you accept it, or was it a situation where you kind of had to like...
I knew from the age of 6.
Okay.
I was in primary school. I remember I won't mention his name. Well, he showed me, he's like, if we looked at the dictionary, he's like, oh, sex. I was like, I looked at it, and we both looked at each other, we started smiling, and it was just like, should we go underneath the table? And then we started rolling underneath the table. And then that was our version of, I guess we go together now.
Oh.
So we had this secret relationship
Oh
in
my days,
primary
I think I
school.
had someone like that when I was younger.
So I've
we all
always known that I was gay.
Yeah.
And then, well, I won't go into situations, but situations earlier, like later on in my, I guess, my existence, I had a sexual experience really early. That kind of solidified the fact that I was just like, okay, I guess I am gay.
Yeah.
And it was just something that sat, but because I knew, like, because I was the way society, school, like primary school, people batty man, gingy man, and all that. Don't walk through the batty man's legs.
Yeah.
Me and my friend Jake were having this conversations that the other day, and we're just like, there was so much things that made you feel unsafe to even say that you were gay. So for me, I knew it was a secret that I had to bury inside of me. And so there was a part of my life where I was just like, I know that I'm attracted to guys, but this is something that will pass. And then I guess for me, growing up, the representations that you see on television and everything was white. So I used to think, wow, I'm not the only black man that's gay.
That's gay, yeah.
It's like, it's just like, I can't, for me, it was such a hard thing. And then on top of that, and this is one of the things where I wrote my book, and one of the things I start with is saying, no gay acting, no straight acting, because it was kind of like people had determined what gay looks like. So gay was a white guy, feminine, all of these things presenting. And so for me, I was just like, well, if this is what gay is, then I can't
Then you can't be,
gay.
yeah.
Maybe it's
I
something I'm going to grow out of. Maybe, I
Yeah.
don't know. It was so stupid. I thought maybe I drank a juice, like out of someone's cup. And that's how, that was so many things going through my head. I still like, this doesn't make any sense. And then I guess for me, it was like, I had to get to a place of peace where I said, well, I'm black. I'm masculine, and I'm a man, and I'm gay.
Yeah.
And I had to say all of those things can coexist in one. Because before I didn't think they could coexist, and it messed with my mental health for years. And so I did the whole DL life and doing all of that, and I came to realize this is not going away. Like I have to, at some point, I have to learn to accept that I'm just not gonna fuck pussy.
Yeah. I'm so glad that you mentioned, because what we actually mentioned in our interracial dating episode is that white men kind of have that idea of what life looks like, future looks like as a gay white man, as they have that representation in London for them
globally.
So, exactly. So you saying that kind of reaffirms what we kind of intended in the episode, where when you're not in America, where they see like they have like gay uncles. I don't even know what gay uncle.
It's
looks
global,
like,
babe.
You know,
it's global, not even just America. I'm
think
sorry to cut you out.
So what are we talking about?
No, what we're talking about, the fact that you said that your idea of gayness was a white feminine guy, and you couldn't be a gay guy because of your idea of what gayness was. So what I'm saying is, like, we did mention that is the reason why some black men don't see if they struggle to see a future in getting married to another man, or etc., because they think that it's not something that they belong to.
Yeah, you can't see yourself because you've never seen it.
Because you've never seen it before. So we did say that in the past, but obviously we was told that that was not the case. So it's nice to see that you are kind of reaffirming what we kind of said, that your idea initially was the fact that your being gay for you was a thing where you only see like
representations.
Yeah, you never saw a representation that just like saw you as a black man with another black man together and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Which we kind of did mention.
Even to tie into that, how do you date? Do you date interracially? Do you date black? Do you date how do you date?
I'm open to all races. Like,
Yeah.
I'll date Chinese even.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. It's gonna sound kind of like, oh, what? Shut up, whatever. But I'm really into it. Like, I was talking to someone today. It's like, for me, is like I'm dating differently now. Because before it was just like you base everything on attraction. It's like you find someone that you're attracted to, and it's just like, oh yeah, this is the person I want to be with, because it's like this is like you're ultimately attracted to that person, and then you find out like down the line that I don't even like this person, or it could be like the sex is good, and it's just like the sex keeps you there. And so now I'm trying to date differently. I'm trying to like, it needs to be someone that's aligned with my values, someone that's aligned with my vision, in terms of where I want to go to next. And so for me, dating is very important. It's very important to be aligned with that person's mentality, even down to things like taste of music, down to like just certain things,
the little things.
It's just the little things. It's like, so for me, it's just like, if those align, then yeah, we can kick it.
It's the same with you.
Thank you, babe. No, so for me, I guess like, because I grew up in the suburbs in like predominantly white spaces, so I don't think it was ever like an active choice of like, I want to date white boys. They were just the only people that were around. Right? And obviously I've been socialized, and I'm like well spoken and so I kind of get like the safe black boy kind of glaze on me and my shit. But I think I'm at a point now where like I'm prioritizing dating men of color. Like for me, like, because what it is, I feel like some like dumb shit will happen with a white boy, and I'll blame myself. I'll be like, that's my fault for dating a white boy. like I have no sympathy because that's my fault. Why did I do that? I could have been with a nice little black boy, and that bullshit at the Euro football championships with your racist mum that wouldn't have happened if your mum was black. Do you know what I mean? And let me have to be very real about it.
Me up, so.
Oh.
You know
I mean, so I think. Again, like, I'm not going to sit here and say, like, I will never date a white guy, like, who knows? But for me, it's important to prioritize building those relationships with men of colour. Yeah. Because, like, what's been happening for me in the past hasn't been serving me. So clearly something has to change.
Yeah.
I do agree with you on that as well. But however, I look at things a little, like I said to you, it has to be an alignment. Like, for me, it's like the reason why colour is not necessarily an important factor for me is it's more so to do with like how you culturally bring up, because I could date someone that's Nigerian and it's a clash instantly. Do you know what I'm saying? Just because of the way that we see life. Do you know what I'm saying? And so for me, it just has to be aligned. So that's why for me, I don't want to put myself in a box of like I only date this particular color, but I have to date someone that like, I feel like even like Irish people, I get along with a lot of Irish people. Like Irish people was like culturally, a lot of the things that
wasn't Topher
Tofu was Irish.
Yeah. And so for me, it's just like, and that brings me to another topic as well. It's like we got to remember, it's like we're the only race that categorizes our whole race as one. It's like Africans are different from Caribbeans. Caribbeans are different from African Americans. African Americans are different from British. They like British blacks.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I hate that argument though. But
listen to me, because we're all culturally different.
Yes.
Like Nigerians don't act the same as Ghanaians. Ghanaians don't act the same as Jamaicans. We've all got different history, different ways of life.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Some of the experiences that we share are the same.
Yes.
However, we're very different.
Yes.
Like we're very different in the way that we interact and do things.
Yes.
And so we have to acknowledge those differences and not just put it as black people.
Yes, but
Do you know what I'm saying?
if you walked outside, if all of us walked outside and we were in front of white people, what would they say we were?
Yeah, but that's
but you're a nigger.
but you're basing your reality on a white man's perspective of you.
Yes, but like
Whereas
even when we
have
see
our
white
own-
men as well, what do you see? White
Well,
men.
even when Nigerians see Ghanaians, they'll be like, or Nigerians see Jamaicans.
To be honest, I don't see why. Like, I don't really have. I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, now it's gonna be a whole thing again.
No,
but
say it.
When you look at an Englishman, I can see an Englishman, and when I see an Italian man, I can see an Italian man.
Yeah.
I don't
Fair
put
enough.
them all together.
Yeah,
I've never
it's-
done.
it's-
Do you know what I mean?
fair
Like, they
enough.
look so.
Even Americans have
So-
got different culture to
Yeah,
us. You know what I'm saying? The way that
I
they
agree.
interact
I agree.
compared to us. So
So,
it's just like when we say black,
Oh my
it's
god!
just
I
like we
already
need
see
to.
how where this is going.
Just
And you know what it is? I even go
People say taboo.
even deeper when I say black doesn't even exist. White doesn't even exist. If you look at everybody, my shade of skin color, to like someone in Asia, we're all different shades of brown. So when we talk about this color thing, if we're all different shades of brown, then we base things culturally from where we are. Means that if you put me in Nigeria, I wouldn't know what to do with myself. That's my heritage. My heritage is, but I'm very British. Like I'm talking to you about keeping up appearances. You guys never heard it, but that's a very British show that I grew up, and culturally I can identify and understand the comedy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The different, like, you can throw me anywhere in England, I'll be okay. You throw me anywhere in Nigeria, I'll be just there in the headlights. You know what I'm saying? And so we have to I think it was Raven Simone that said something about, like, she said,
she doesn't know which part of Africa she's from, but she knows that she was born in Louisiana. Or something.
yeah, she said she is. If white Americans don't have to call themselves European Americans, why do we have to call ourselves African Americans?
African-Americans.
When we're just, you should be culturally where you're from. I'm British. I've got Nigerian heritage. I'm very proud of my Nigerian
I agree
heritage.
with
You know what's so funny? Because I would always say that I'm Jamaican.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I would.
Whereas you go to Jamaica, they're gonna say.
That's what I
they're
mean. But
gonna
what I
say-
find so funny, like in the UK, if someone's ever like, "Oh, where you from?" I go, "Yeah, like Jamaica. Like my family's Caribbean."
Always.
So I have a question
and
for
to
you
me,
about
like,
that. Like, you claim being so proudly Jamaican and being like not the stereotype of a Jamaican person. Have you ever felt like being like kind of like, because so for example, sometimes I get rejected by like Ghanaians because of how I present. When I choose to present feminine and maybe I'm wearing like a thong, when I'm wearing like something outrageous, they be like, you Ghanaians don't move like that. Ghanaians don't act like this. So do you get that from like Jamaicans when you're doing something like?
It's not even
out of
Jamaican.
the-
It's just like a general kind of vibe of like, oh, she wants to be white.
Oh,
I see.
So like, there's a thing of like not really feeling like I belong in all black spaces, even though I am very pro-black. And like, I'm fingers people are like, oh, like you're not, you like other black boys. I'm worse. I have a fucking degree. Yeah,
Period.
I'm educated. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I'm
like,
saying?
I notice a lot of things. So for me, like, I don't know. I don't necessarily always feel accepted, but I know that realistically, I am extremely pro-black. And I'm extremely proud of my heritage, and like my grandparents coming over from Jamaica via boat in the 60s as part of the Windrush generation. Like that's where I come from.
Yeah.
So for me, like to someone saying like, oh, like you're English, like yeah, I was born here, but like I was eating oxtail on a Sunday, listening to reggae and Dennis Brown, and like my tie to my black culture is so much stronger than my tie to British culture. I just happen to live here.
Yeah,
That's how I
But
feel.
would you say that? Because if you went to Jamaica, wouldn't they call you English boy?
They would.
And see, and that's the thing.
But that's the diaspora thing of then feeling like you don't really belong anywhere, especially as like
Yeah.
black queer people.
Exactly.
We don't really have much community because you have a lot of white queer spaces that are inherently racist, even though that's out that they're not. They are whatever. So that's fine. But then you go to your black community and you're the batty boy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So where do we actually belong?
So
Yeah.
it's a constant thing about identity. I've been really struggling with a lot lately as well, feeling like I don't actually have a place where I belong. I have really small groups of really great friends that I'm really
Isolated.
grateful for. But in terms of like feeling like community that has my back, I don't really feel like that right now. And I'm kind of like figuring out what that looks like for me.
I'm
Especially
happy
the
you
way
bring
that you
that
present
up.
yourself as well. You know, you feel like you don't really have like a space where you can enter it and it feels like, okay,
Yes.
Yeah.
like I'm home now. Like I can just
You
like
know what I
all my
mean?
guards
Yeah.
can come down.
Because
Like,
when it goes to like the black gay stuff, I'm like, was it just like a little bit alternatives? It's like, oh, like you're a little bit different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, damn it. Like,
I'm happy you even bring that up, because even apart from like the way you present as non-binary, I even believe like in the black gay spaces that we do have, they're not really community, because like you go there and there's like different cliques. People stand there the whole night. They don't talk to each other. They don't want to dance. They don't want to communicate. And I feel like we the way we move as black gay men in the UK, there's a bit of, I don't want to use the word fear, but I think it's also part of the British culture. Like British culture is very reserved. It's very people don't want to be outspoken. People don't want to live in their truth, and I think that is also part of the problem of why there's not really a community for black gay men in the UK.
I think that's really important as well, because I feel like, oh my god, this one. But I feel like, because I think that a lot of, especially because like you were saying, like you identify as Caribbean, right?
Yeah.
Like that's your first. When someone's like, "Oh, where you from?" That's the same with me. If someone asks me like, "Where you from?" I'm like, South Africa.
yeah, right.
But to be honest, it depends who's asking.
Ooh.
Most of the time, because if it's, let's say for example, you start a new job and you're working somewhere, and when they're like, "Oh, where you from?" I'm gonna say, "Oh, I'm from this place, this place, this place."
Valid.
Do you
No,
know what I mean?
true,
But then when they
actually,
say, "Oh, like, what's your background?" then I'll get into that. But if a black person asks me, "Oh, where you from?" I know immediately that means like,
Yeah,
home.
because with white people, I'd be like, I'm from London. They're
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
where?
yeah.
I'm like, London. I'll be playing dumb.
Exactly. Exactly. Because the thing is, like, especially when I feel like this is a conversation another day, but position yourself in work spaces, corporate spaces, you need to play the game. But I think especially when it comes to gay places, us as African Caribbean, we're so used to kind of like with the whole keeping up with like appearances thing. Like you have to have a certain image, you have to have like a certain look. Some people do want to go to certain places outside of just going to the same
spots, yeah.
all the time. They want to go into the dark rooms. They want to go into like the circuit parties. They want to go into the freak
They're
parties.
worried about what people would think.
But they're worried about what people think.
It's
And
not the thing, it's more so the treatment. I think there is a lot of racism in those circuit spaces. Like, or like, I find that a lot of the black queer experience is being completely ignored or being fetishized and objectified, and there's very rarely like a middle space. So for me, like, because I don't fit into the mold of a masculine black man or what a black man should be, I don't get certain like social access to certain things.
Yes,
Yes,
I love this talking point.
You know what is, I want to talk on that, and
Speak on it.
No, wait.
no, you know what? I'm from the hood, like, you want to get down.
Andrew, before you get into it, what he said is true. If the both of you walked into a circus space right now, and they see him and they see you, you're a BBC.
But the thing is, I'm gonna talk. I will admit, right? There's a certain level of privilege that I have when I walk into any space, and that's gay, straight, whatever. I'm very aware. Like I tell people all the time, I'm 6'1". I weigh 125 kilos. It's just like when people see me, there's an element of I fit a certain stereotype, and some people call it fetish, some people call it attraction, call it that. And so it's weird because the places that I've always felt the most comfortable in, the less comfortable in, it's always been probably black queer spaces, you know.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you know what it is this thing where people come up to me and be like, "Bro, why are you acting straight? Like, oh, why can't you be a little bit more gay?" I hear that all the time, and I hear that more in gay black spaces. And it's just like to the point where it's just like, "Oh, why you like, you know, you don't always have to be so rough." And I'm like,
it's so funny because I get the whole opposite. Like, why am I being too feminine? Why is my ass always out? So it's funny that there's like a duality.
So it's weird because, but then it's weird because then I can see it, but then I can also see that there's a hierarchy, and people look at me and they're just like, "Oh yeah," it's like they look at me because they have a perception of I fit the perception of what people see as a black or as a black man, not even a black gay man, just as a black man. So I'm very aware that when I walk into, even when I walk into straight places, it's like I see straight boys, they'll be like, "Yeah, what's going on, bruv?" Like instantly, it's like it's my friend and made me notice it in the gym. It's like I went into the gym and I was working out, And it's like people were apologizing to me. I was like,
Scared?
it's like you were using the machine before I was. Why are you scared to the point where I've seen people jump off the machine and be like, no, you take it. And I'm just no, bro. I'm like, no, you can use it. And he goes, you sure? You sure? And then my friend has done it, and they've like given him rudeness. It's like, I was using it first.
But I feel like that's a I don't know, that doesn't that make you feel uncomfortable when you actually deep it?
No, but the thing is,
like,
it makes me feel uncomfortable because I feel like all the times like, because of people's perception of me, I've always had to be like, my friends will say, oh, Andrew's like, people that know me, they're like, oh, Andrew's like a gentle giant, like, because I've had to some way, because I went from being like, I used to roll with Peckham boys. Do you know what I'm saying? I used to be that guy that always like, when it's beef, Andrew will come and like call him. And so for me, I've had to, because of that image and because of people's expectation of that, I've had to kind of like make myself a little bit more softer, make myself like, but make people feel comfortable, because I've always feel like people, especially like when I'm walking down the street, I will literally see two gay guys holding hands. They will see me and then remove their hands. I'm just like,
damn,
bro, like it's cool. To the point where they're like, are you taking a piss?
I'm not shocked by that though.
No, gay guys always think like I'm taking a piss. I'm like, no, like I'm like, yeah, like to the point where I had to say what you. I always joke about. I say, you want to see what's on my phone to show you. True. But then it's weird because even when I walk into gay spaces, like non-black and that, it's always like I always get out the door. It's just like, you know what type of place this is.
Right. Okay.
Bro. And it's to the point where it's like, to the point where it's just like they think like I'm either going to sell drugs. Yeah. So there's the flip side to it, or it's just like
you stumbled across it, you don't know.
Like I stumbled across it, and I'm just like, bro, like.
Plus, your whole aesthetic is really American. Like a lot of black British men, they're not very tattoos, the jewelry. Do you get what I mean? Like gay men. And you think so? Yeah. Black gay men. In the UK.
Maybe not black.
Not in the UK.
Maybe not black gay men, but
black men. Yes.
Black men. Yes. Yeah.
But not black gay men. Yeah.
But then again, as black gay men, do we even have an archetype to follow?
Like, we're not a monolith.
We're not. Yeah, like there's no roadmap, there's no guideline. There's like there's 5 of us here, and all of us on different vibes.
Well, exactly.
Apart from you, kind of like
exactly. You're right. Yeah.
But I feel like that's why I was saying earlier. Like, there's a lot of people that they do want to express themselves, and they do want to kind of like step out of this mold that's been created by society, but they feel so scared of being judged. And this is why it's really important that we even made this show, is because we want people to see themselves. Because so basically there was a point I think it was like, what was it, like 2 months ago, like a month ago, when I was like, guys, I'm going full mask.
Really?
I'm going to the gym.
What happened to that?
It was because of Feel It.
Feel It will give you what it is more.
We kept going to Feel It, remember? And you felt like, oh, maybe I want to butch up a little bit.
So basically, let's preface this by saying, I get attention all the time. Like, and I even said to the guys, like, I actually don't like it because I feel like a sex object. I feel like most of the time people are fetishizing me because do you know what I mean? Probably. Like they see me as like a body and whatever. Yeah. So for me, it's kind of like these places that I go to, like people are like, oh my God, you know, the way that you look, and it's always like talking about that. It makes me feel like shit. I don't know why. I've always said this, but it makes me feel.
It's just like, it makes you feel like a piece of meat.
Yeah, it makes me feel like a piece of meat, and it makes me feel as if like no one cares about what I'm thinking.
I think you want to be valued for your humanity. I think you want people to respect your humanity, and what's happening is people kind of see like the outfit and the glamour of it all, and don't really.
But I was having this conversation with my friend yesterday as well, so I think that's kind of like the standard of what people wanna. That's like the way of thinking. Oh, like I want to be seen for more of like my flesh, and I want to be like seen for like my kindness and da da da. But I feel like at the end of the day, as humans, we are keeping up with appearances. Like we're going to the gym, we're posing a certain way, we're presenting a certain way. So I think it makes us also feel good when people validate that.
But the thing is with me, when I have conversations with people, yes, I'm looking at the way that you look, but at the same time, it's like I'm having a conversation with a human being. I want to see what you're saying. But most of the time, it's kind of like people who look at me and kind of like, okay, so we're like, you look. The way you and it just it breaks out of that conversation. I can see when I'm getting deep with someone their mind just drifts off because the whole point of them even speaking to me wasn't because of my mind.
I think that's a time and place kind of thing as well.
True.
Because if I'm in a smoking area and I'm talking to someone, I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to hear about like obviously you're telling me about passion. I kind of like come on, like I've been doing like let's.
But yeah, so basically, I wanted to kind of like mask it up. So I wanted to go to the gym, get fitter, do all of that kind of thing because I feel like these spaces that I was surrounded by, going to feel it, going to fire.
What mask it up? What, like?
Not dressing so much like this, not having the long hair, probably growing out my facial hair a little bit more.
Oh no.
Who said oh no?
I literally like
the fall of an angel.
No, but like we need some real gays over here.
No, literally, and I kind of there was a boy that came up to me. This was like in the middle when I was like, you know, I'm gonna mask up, and he was like, oh my god, like I watch you guys so much and you're my inspiration, you've like helped me with my self-esteem and all this kind of stuff. And I think that in that moment it was kind of like, oh,
What am I doing?
like I'm not just doing it for myself, like do you know what I mean? Like
But it's like, do you want the validation from people in those spaces? Because I feel like, thank you, baby. I feel like if you're when you go to spaces like Feel It, where it is very like white, muscle, gay centric, like of course you're unable to meet that standard, but like there are so many people that see the value in you, and I feel like once once you kind of like accept the fact that like these people in the space might not be into me because like, I love the muscle gays, they treat me like a princess, but they're not trying to fuck me, and that's okay. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it was with me. It's not so much about the attraction because guys still do find me attractive in whatever form, but I think it's more of the way that I was perceiving myself. It's like when you're like in the room and everyone is like muscle and sweaty and kind of like manly, you kind of just feel like
A doll.
you kind of just feel like, why am I the only person that's not kind of doing it? But then that kind of plays with your mental, and I think that was the issue with me.
You know what it's for me as well, right? I think
I'm free now, don't worry.
you know what's for me is just like I've always walked into these spaces, and it's gonna probably piss a lot of people off when I say this, and it's probably a little bit of my toxic masculinity kicking in. But I've walked into these spaces, and I really find people that I identify with.
Okay.
And so for me, that's why when I launched my platform, it was important for me to be like, wow, like I can't be the only person like this. Because I see people, and it's weird because I see people, and in terms of masculinity, I see people like
Trying to be.
It's just like, and I can see it, and I'm just like
Mask fishing.
like someone comes to me saying I'm very masculine, and I'm just like.
Masculinity, I feel like masculinity is a performance as well.
It's a performance.
Exactly.
And you can always tell.
But
they're better actors.
I'm like, I can be very, very
Better
feminine.
actors.
Like I'll be very feminine, but then I can also be very masculine because I still got a beard.
To an extent.
I want to.
And we've had to learn to be like, to protect ourselves.
My one thing is, because I thought like, I'm just a little gay boy. See me pick up weed from the weed man. Yo, bro, what you saying?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm like, yo, man, what you say? You cool? Yeah, you're in a random bit. Yeah, cool, man. Yeah. I put on my little nightcap. I'm a little. And I've got my side. Like, yo, bro, what you saying? Yes, one. Yeah, cool, man. Say you take care. Yeah, in a bit. Then I'm gonna find that girl. I'm like, just a weed man, girl. Let me call here. 1 second. Like, it's a performance. It's a lie. It's a lie. It was a ruse.
I actually had a situation. And I told them in the group chat that I felt like I was raped.
Girl.
Because
it'll be your best friend.
Can I tell my story? So we met on Snapchat, and he came over, and I told him before he came over, like, I'm into mass presenting men. Specifically, I said that if you're gonna, let me finish my story. I said if you're gonna top me, you need to be more mass than me. If you want me to fuck you, fine, you can be a doll. I'll fuck a doll. But if you're gonna be in me, you need to be more manly than me. He said, I got you, no problem. Popped up. He was in a hoodie. He was in sweats. I was like, oh, cool. So I went upstairs. We had sex. Sex was nice, and then we started talking. I was like, this guy's actually really smart. I was like, okay, chill. We started to chill. We were talking, and he was like, I feel like we're starting to have a connection, so I gotta tell you something. And he pulls out his phone and he shows me photos of him in makeup and skirts. And in that moment, my heart just
Jesus,
Is it drag or cross dressing? I need the difference.
this is cross dressing.
Okay.
Oh, girl, he was wearing a skirt. Like he
had makeup and a skirt. You didn't even see his pictures.
Did he have a wig on?
No, he didn't have a wig on.
That's not cross dressing.
It is cross dressing. Once you wear
It could be cross dressing. I think it's cross dressing.
But why did that bother you though?
because he lied to me. Like he told me he was something that he wasn't. Like if he was,
But
he
in
didn't-
that-
he
was
took
it-
the
was it-
choice.
was it-
Was it the lie? Was it the lie?
Because he took the choice from me. Like my choice was, it was my choice.
yeah,
like what
yeah.
do you mean? It's
Yeah.
rape.
But was
Do
he not
you
still
have
a man? He was still a man.
He was still a man, but I told him what I wanted, and he said that was.
He
it.
gave you what he wanted.
Oh, he
in
gave
the
you what you
moment.
wanted.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
masculine.
It was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, exactly. He even contemplated.
It was
calling
rape.
back.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
he gave you the performance. He fucked you like a man, and then you know.
And that's the thing about hookup sex.
Yeah,
it's
true.
about performance. Hookup sex is just like it's what you need in that moment, and that's why I speak about this all the time. It's just like when we look at hookup sex, it's not there to value you. It's there to fulfill your desire, whatever you want in that
Oh my
moment.
god, I say that all the
Yeah.
time. Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? And so you can't be mad at him.
It's a fantasy.
Okay.
If you don't want to have experiences like that, and you want to find someone that actually
Stop
values
having
you,
hookups.
Get to know them
Yeah.
before you got there.
If you were
Yeah.
dating him, it would have been different because you couldn't be like, okay,
Yeah,
whoa.
absolutely. But for a hookup,
Okay, fair enough.
But you're still, you know, you can feel annoyed.
How
and
you
upset.
feel.
Yeah.
I
You're
mean,
very
your
valid.
your
in
feelings
that.
are valid,
I hear it.
You're
but you
important.
set yourself
within
up.
Have you
Yeah,
ever
yeah,
have you
yeah.
ever been in a situation, Andrew, where you wanted to be more, I don't know, softer, and you didn't feel comfortable being softer?
What do you mean by soft?
So like, to be politically or not politically correct, as a masculine presenting man, you know, there's certain expectations that you have where you have to be like. Has there ever been a situation where you wanted to be vulnerable and you didn't feel like you could be vulnerable?
I feel like I'm someone that, because I'm so comfortable in my masculinity, I don't mind being vulnerable. And that's why I say my friends call me like a soft teddy bear, because I'm just like, I'm someone that I will cry. Do you know what I'm saying? I will do that. It doesn't take away from my masculinity. Do you know what I'm saying? I can like be like I like to see myself as very emotionally intelligent. And so in order for you to be emotionally intelligent, you have to have a level of vulnerability to be able to understand, and empathy, be able to understand other people. And so I've never had a problem trying to express my feelings or anything.
Have you always been like this even before you came out?
I've always been like this. Anyone that knows me from day one, they've known me. Like I used to be the kid that beat up the bullies in school. Right. Like I was the bully's bully.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of gay men would die to have that sense of freedom, to kind of like be soft, vulnerable, like not feel like you have to be like tough and hard all the time. Not feel like you have
know
to.
what? Actually, no, take it back. When I was younger, I think, and this is where the whole like associating gay with characteristics, because I understood that I was attracted to men. I felt like I had to be the top dog. Like I had to be the one that was extra masculine. Like, you know what I'm saying? To the point where my straight boys are like, boy, calm down. Like you're too rough. Like and to the point. So and I had to like kind of present myself more that, because I was just like, well, I had to compensate because part of being man is like, as a young boy, your manhood is determined by how many girls you got. And I was just like, well, I'm not gonna have no girls, so I'm gonna be the biggest and the toughest and the strongest in the room. That's what's gonna determine my manhood. And sometimes I question myself, like, if there was a level of comfortability of being gay, would I be a lot like, and I guess would I have more of a feminine side to me? And I don't know whether sometimes I'm stuck sometimes if I'm performing or not. Because it's like, I don't know what it is to be, I guess to a certain degree, I don't know what it is to be feminine or masculine. I'm just myself. People characterize it in the box as this is masculine. So I've taken that. But then there's some things that I would say I'm quite feminine about. So I was like, I'm a sensitive person. You say certain things to me, like I'm gonna get wild up, like to the point where it's just like, you're like, boy, you're sensitive. And then some people would put that as a feminine trait. So I don't know.
Yeah. Little Birdie told us that you're a superstar, honey. You're on TV. Tell us about that, girl. Tell us about that, girl.
No, thank you, darling. See, like a superstar, do you know what I mean? Like,
Do you know what I mean?
I've been doing that the whole time.
I got my people for that, yeah. To people like coming like, thanks, babe. Like,
This was a bitch with a girl would not do that.
I would have done that for her.
Goodbye.
Babe, like you don't even
Like
open
you can fix
doors.
your own mic.
You don't even open doors.
Exactly.
Oh,
so,
anyway,
yeah, okay,
sorry.
so what specifically do you want to know?
Everything.
Everything. That's
No,
so
I want to know
vague.
something very particular. So,
Okay.
you left the show. You didn't get eliminated, right?
I chose to eliminate myself, yes.
Right, there you
I
go.
was on
So-
Drag Race a couple years ago.
So,
yeah.
I know that you was in the same season as Black Pepper.
Yes.
Yeah. But so my question is, obviously, you're probably the only two black
Yeah.
boys, girls in the show.
Yeah.
So the question is, like, do you think that being such a white space, did that affect your self-esteem?
Yes.
Did you feel
First of
like
all,
it was
sorry.
overstimulating?
Can we have like a round of applause? RuPaul's Drag Race.
thank
Like,
you.
hello.
Thank you. I didn't even talk about it anymore. Thank you.
We're here with gay celebrity, right?
Yeah, Lich.
Let's talk about it.
So, yeah, did you feel like...
Yeah, no, babe. Like, just things like them confusing me with Black Pepper on set and calling me her name.
You guys
What? They
literally-
did that?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
You know what Black Pepper looks like, right?
Yeah.
They're up.
Yeah. And then like the BBC socials team like putting up a picture of her when it was someone mentioned my name.
I think it was Shay.
No, they put up a picture of Black Pepper. It was Dakota Schiffer's exit interview. She said who her closest friend of the season was. She said me, and they put up a picture of Black Pepper, and they got dragged. And then like they were just like emailed me like, oh my god, like, we're so sorry. I was like, no, we need a public apology actually.
Yeah.
So and then they put their little shitty little public apology on Twitter, and they got dragged, right? Because you're chatting shit.
Yeah.
Like there was so many just like microaggressions, so many just like things were just like. I realized that what makes me special is my personality and the spark that I have just on a human level. But you're asking me to do it in a way that performs whiteness that makes it palatable to you.
To you.
And I can't do that. So that means that the only thing that makes me special, you ask me to tone that down. So I shouldn't really be here. Do you know what I mean? Especially when it comes to like the way they handle like my mental health. Like we do psych evaluations before we get on the show. What happened behind the scenes was dangerous.
Yeah.
I had to go. It was like they were doing things like reminding me that I'm not close to my family, but I have to go and get into makeup to go do like a challenge.
Because I wanted you to get into that.
Yeah, and kind of like, yeah, everybody else sent pictures of their family. Obviously, we know you're not close to your family, but like, enjoy the challenge. and I'm like, do you think I'm a fucking dickhead? Like, do you think I'm stupid?
Microaggression.
It's not just
Yeah,
British.
no.
It's like I feel like sorry to cut you off. I feel like there's this whole thing with gay men. It's like this mean girl thing.
I don't even know what the fuck that was. But it wasn't Mean Girl, it was just TV. It was very much like, okay, so if we zoom in on you crying on TV, that's really good ratings.
That's
for
really
us.
good ratings, yeah.
But what they forget is that like my name was on the front of that show. No one knows who the producers are. So all the actions that they're doing, I have to live with the consequences in that. I'm the person who had people coming up to me in the club like, how's your mental health? I'll kill myself in front of you. Don't ask me that. Leave me alone. People like, maybe, like thinking that they know you, and it's like bare like weird shit like that. I'm like, yo, like also this was like 2022. Like it's been like years. Like I'm fine, but like that's the legacy that they created for me, and I didn't really have much choice in that.
Yeah.
And I think at the time, you know, the BBC press team was very much like, you know, you want to avoid speaking negatively about the show because those things can kind of follow you. And I never did TV for people before, so I'm like, oh, like if I speak up about how I was treated on set, then like, will I get blacklisted? What does that mean for me in my career? So you shut up and you don't say anything, and then realistically, you're then like defending the white people that ruined your fucking life.
Yeah.
In all these press interviews, it's crazy. And I was like, yo, like actually, I'm so good.
Is
Yeah.
RuPaul involved in the UK?
Yeah, they're awful.
And it's interesting because like he's a black man, isn't he? So
He called me ghetto in a room full of white people.
Oh.
I mean,
Okay.
a lot of people have said that about...
Yeah, no, because what it is, yeah, is that girl. What it is, I'll tell you all the tea now. So basically, because FK Twigs came and judged the girl group challenge,
Yeah.
and I spoke a lot about how I think that it's important that as black creatives, if we want to label ourselves as ghetto, yes, I don't think anybody else should be using that language to describe another black person.
No.
I don't. So coincidentally, 2 episodes later, when RuPaul's like, yeah, you know, you did your ghetto girl walk in the challenge. I know you have an earpiece. Someone told you to fucking say that. And we're all gonna act like, no, like, it's not a coincidence. But my thing is, like, you don't get to be the biggest, like, TV show by being stupid. It's not a coincidence.
You have to play, yeah.
Right, you've done that on purpose because you wanted to trigger me. And you triggered me. And you got me
Yeah.
crying on TV. Well done.
it's interesting because again, as black gay men, when you spoke earlier about having community and having a safe space, you think like you created this platform as a black gay man, and you have black people on your show, make them feel.
Doesn't care about that.
He doesn't care.
It's all about diversity quota. It's always about that when it comes to these type of shows.
Yeah, of
There were
course.
the only 2 black guys on there. I'm sure.
Yeah, but like my point is, RuPaul is a black man. Like he should be the one speaking up.
RuPaul is
black. Yeah,
RuPaul wants to protect his white viewers and protect his bag.
Yeah.
If RuPaul's black, but RuPaul's got that white husband that's fucking anybody that's not him anyway. So right.
Okay, so
We love you.
Nah, I've had enough.
You know what I mean?
We love you.
It's been 4 years.
Pigmented taboo.
moving on to the next topic, guys.
Love you.
But after that experience,
Yeah.
you know, because you're still eating it, you're still killing it, no one can fuck up your vibe.
Thank you.
But like after that experience, like have you wanted to go into more kind of like TV stuff? Like is that something?
No,
you
it
still,
made
or?
me just realize how talented I am as a performer and a musician. Realistically, I think when we did the Drag Race tour, I was the only girl doing like full choreography and my mic was on
Period.
to my own song that I wrote and produced. No one else was doing that.
Yeah.
And I was like, like, I don't need to be in drag to be doing this. And I got booked to perform Mighty Hoopla last year out of drag. And people, do you know what I mean? And I got and I'm the only Drag Race alumna to get paid on BBC Radio 1, Rock Introducing. Like,
Black's excellence,
right?
darling.
And I was like,
more.
no, but it's
yeah,
true
I
though. Like,
that.
we came out and I got like featured at Gay Times, I got featured in Bricks magazine, and that's not because I did well on my seasons, because I'm talented.
I'm talented, I'm good, yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Like, I think doing drag, because I started doing drag when I was like 22, fresh out of uni, and I think I had a lot of insecurity around my queerness and what that meant for me in the industry. And I'm glad I spent like 6-7 years doing drag and really developing that relationship with my queerness.
Yeah.
But like now it's like, okay, like I'm comfortable with myself now. I'm cool coming out as just me. And I feel like the drag was a bit of a shield because I got to have the wig on and I got to portray this like
So you
godlike
come
character,
out
so no,
with
so no
it.
one could say anything to me. But like, actually, I'm equally as valuable without the wig on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like a thing. It's been interesting 4 years. I think when you're first on TV, everyone's like, "Oh my god," like, and then like it kind of dies down. You see who like your real friends are.
Yeah.
But the real friends that then get around are really cool.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
it's been a process.
You're always in drag, you get people praise you, but then as a boy, people don't rate you, kind of thing.
I used to like shave my eyebrows when I first started doing drag. I was like looking crazy. Like, why would no one fuck me? Because your eyebrows are shaved.
Yeah.
like, that's what's going on.
You know what, but
Some people look good with shaved eyebrows.
No, but I like.
so much
I wasn't giving that. I just wasn't.
But that makes so much sense because I feel like when you see some guys out of drag, oh my god, this is with love, okay.
That looks
But
scary.
like they do look like they kind of neglect their
Masculine
Boy
side.
side.
not even that masculine side, but they
Themselves.
neglect
Their
boy
themselves.
self,
Yeah,
to-
no, because imagine like before Drag Race, I was doing like 5 shows a week, right?
yeah.
So that means I'm working like Thursday through to like Sunday, just like reshaving my face, re-putting on the makeup, doing like 3 shows in that day, traveling to Where's time for Ramon?
Yeah,
there is none.
There is no Ramon.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to make sure that your face is clean and your face is shaved, and you got to put back on that makeup and travel with that suitcase with the same 2 costumes all weekend.
Yeah,
There's
and
no
even for your
time.
mental as well, there's not enough time to
That
take
is
care
a
of
lot, yeah,
that.
that's what you see.
Oh
Definitely.
my god.
So I think that's why like I got to a point where I was like, you know what, like I'm good kind of like leaving this behind.
Yeah.
But also I feel like I missed a chunk of my 20s. I feel like from like 22 to like 27, 28-ish, people only knew me as like a drag queen. So even now like people like calling me like Rom when I'm out, I'm like, oh shit, they're talking to me. Like it's been such like a building of a new career path and getting people to understand me as this aspect of myself. But I think it's been nice like showing people that. Like when I put my music videos, people go like, oh my god, like you can actually dance. And you did like stunt trainings, like learn how to like fight for camera. I was like, yeah, like I'm a performing arts kid. I've always wanted to do shit like that.
Yeah.
So it's been like really refreshing, like showing that side of myself and getting to like build that relationship in a different way. But that means that also means that majority of my followers follow me for a version of me that no longer exists.
Yes.
That's annoying.
Yeah.
In terms of my engagement, that's annoying.
Yeah, I can
But
understand
like
that.
I can see my followers like replacing themselves and people unfollowing and new followers coming in. So I'm just like allowing that to be a thing.
I think it's beautiful because you're reintroducing yourself to the world as you.
Yeah.
Without the mask. Yeah.
Andrew, what kind of men do you go for when it comes to the way men present themselves? Would you go for someone that's more your vibe, you know, hench, masculine, or do you not mind the femininity masculine presenting?
It doesn't really bother me. It's for me. It's just more so. Like I said, it's about alignment.
Yeah,
I
but
don't think it's about alignment. It's just about the vibes. It's like when you put things into these boxes, it's just like it doesn't allow you to experience real love. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like you put yourself out. I want masculine. I want black. I want this. I want that. And then it's just like, okay, but you're just ticking the physicalities of what you want, but love is about expression of yourself. It's about how you connect with someone, how you connect with someone. Because, I always say this thing. Someone can be good looking and not sexy. And someone could not be good looking and sexy.
Yeah.
And so what that's taught me is just that the foundation of looks and everything is just it's fickle, because there's times where I've had sex with very good looking people and it's been shit.
Trash.
It's been like, you're like,
Trash.
this is
They don't know how to
boring.
kiss. They don't know how to
It's
fuck.
boring.
They don't know how to
times I've had people that I'm not
Right.
really, I've not been attracted to that person instantly. When I've had a conversation, I'm like, oh wow, you're kind of sexy. And then it just like,
But do you not think?
That's what I hate, because I'm like, you can laugh me out my drawers. You can laugh me out my drawers. If you're like a little bit funny, I'm like, oh, go on then. Like,
Yes, but do you not think this?
I love a personality.
Not. I get the whole trying to like love someone for who they are, but like physical attraction, do you not think is important? Because a lot of gay men are in open relationships, and I've noticed as well, like.
But because of that.
tried it. No. You
But because of that.
Yeah, like majority.
but majority based on like what study, what evidence, other than like conversations that may or may not be happening on Twitter.
Conversations that we have,
People that you see on
that we
Grindr and
know.
Scruff.
No, but the reason why people are
I'm
in
not
those
co-signing that, but I remember we was having a conversation on the phone, and we were saying, I'm not out in nobody's business. I'm just saying, we were saying on the phone. Remember, I was saying, we're gonna talk about this on the episode, whatever. And he was like, yeah, like I don't care. I'm still gonna be feminine. Like I'm not gonna kill myself to be masculine for a guy just to be in an open relationship.
Yes, but this is
Remember you said
this is
that.
what we're saying now.
Yeah.
We're saying that most of those open relationships is
I didn't
usually
finish,
mass
babe.
for mass.
So what I was saying,
It's the heat. It's the heat. It's the heat. It's
just to be in an open relationship. And then I said to him, and I was like, yeah, because when you deep it, all these mass for mass couples are always in an open relationship. Like even when I went to DC Pride, there were so many married men that were both masculine that wanted me to join in for a threesome. Like and so many.
Would any of you two be in an open relationship?
No, what do you think actually? Because you seem like you want to say something.
Go. There you go.
Yeah, because I feel like I don't know. Are you touched? I don't know.
Are you what?
Be ready to throw stones at me. Be ready to throw stones at me.
Are you in an open relationship? I don't know.
Let me be careful how I frame this, right?
Is he gonna be tuning in?
I mean, I have a certain view on open relationships. You bitch! I get baited for this all the time.
No, I want to hear this.
See, the majority, and I'll say the majority, because this is my experience. When I look at people in open relationships, I feel like I say to people like this, there's things that are factual. When you look at things like facts, there's two people living together with a marriage certificate that now fuck other people. That's an open relationship, right? The definition of it.
That don't fuck up.
Marriage.
Huh?
Maybe always a marriage.
Not even a marriage. It's just
Yeah.
like, it's like now fucking
Rarely a
other people.
marriage.
And so I think I put questions to people, right? If you're satisfied, why do you need to search elsewhere?
Exactly.
But what was someone said to me once? They said, so it's only something simple, but they said, but Ramon, do you only have one friend?
What? It's not the same thing.
Absolutely. This is not.
No, hold on, guys, relax. It's about to calm down. No, I think that for me personally, I think I'd be more upset by someone building like an emotional bond with someone. Like if I had a boyfriend, they were like, "Oh yeah, I fucked someone," so I'll be like, "Okay, you took that bitch to lunch. How dare you?" Like that to me is like so much more like personal, more intimate.
Okay,
so
yeah.
I think it depends on what your boundaries are, and I think it's a case by case thing.
Sure, I agree with that.
You know what it is? Human beings, we don't like discipline.
Men do not like discipline.
That is not true.
Human beings.
Women are more disciplined than men.
Women are taught to be
but
disciplined.
the thing is, now what
It's
we're doing is now we're
different.
categorizing it. It's just human beings in general. Like, if someone tells you not to do something, chances are you're going to be like, why? I don't want to do it. I might be like,
But then
Don't
why,
go out that- don't
but
go
why
out that
get in a
door.
relationship? Stop being in a relationship.
and this is the thing is, it's the essence of what a relationship is. It's supposed to be two people.
Discipline.
It's two people in
Companionship,
love. Now, it's not to say that you're not going to find other people attractive, but for you to have commitment, going into something and say, I commit to you, that's a level of discipline that you have to say to yourself, I'm committing to you and we're going to make this work. Now, when you have an open relationship, it throws discipline out the window.
Literally.
And us as human beings don't necessarily like it.
I mean, I think it depends because I feel like some I feel like I know like a lot of my friends are in like open relationships, and I think that discipline can take different forms in the sense that if you have your boundaries that you've set in place and your guidelines between you and your partner that you both agreed to, and it works for both of you, then sure.
My issue
when the dishonesty and the lying and the STI of it all comes into play, that's make it shaky as shit.
Yeah,
but
true.
like prior to that, if you're being upfront and direct about it and both of you are on the same page, I personally am not offended by anybody being in an open relationship.
Yeah.
Is it for me personally? Probably not. But like, do you gotta do? But saying that, actually, I don't think I could be in an open relationship, but I love fucking guys in open relationships.
I hate it.
Yeah.
You know why?
They're my
You know why?
favorite.
Because for me, it gets messy. Because now when you're all over me in the club and then you're
your man
They
is
get
right
pissed.
there.
No, you know what it is
And
for
then
me?
the man is giving you attitude like you feel
Go.
like you did something, but he wanted to fuck you though.
No, I can see them now either a bit like, oh, like you're with a black boy. Like, it's that sense of like, oh, like, and I'm like, yeah, I'm still in my
almost-
fucking house. Yeah,
You know what it is? For me personally, I've made a decision for me to like get involved in hookups until I'm in the next relationship.
Amen.
Because I feel like for me, my body and my time is the two most valuable assets that I have in this world.
Mm-hmm.
When I give somebody my body that I'm not willing to commit to, it's like a discount. Instead of you paying the full price with me, I'm giving you a discount.
I'm gonna use that.
Wait, hold
Andrew.
on. Wait, hold on.
Do you have a club card?
Hold on.
It's like I'm giving you 50% off of me just to. Do you know what I'm saying?
For 5
It's
minutes.
like, do you know what I'm saying? Because I can't because you can't give
That's
me
so
my
you
full, you
coded,
can't
to
fulfill
be
me
fair.
fully.
no, I get what you mean.
And so for me, it's
I
just
see
like
what you mean, yeah.
I'm tired of it. It's like where it's this, and I feel in our community, we like to pretty dress things. I say this all the time. Yeah, fucking hell, throw stones at me. A slut is a slut. I've been a slut. Sometimes I can be a slut, but let's call it.
What is a
it
slut? What is a slut?
The definition of a slut.
What is, I don't know the
Yeah, what
definition.
is a
Tell me what
slut?
the definition
It's
is.
a slut.
Someone
What
that
is a
sleeps
slut?
with, has
Multiple
sexual experience.
persons.
Someone that has hookups with different people.
But do you
And
say
what
that
was the
in
connotation with that? Like,
people
so
like
what's
to dress
that?
up as sex positive, or like you're slut shaming. Like I'm like.
There's no shame in being a slut. Like you said, being a slut is just a slut.
I'll say, and I think my thing is, if you're gonna do something, own it.
Yeah.
But if you now have shame on it, then maybe you have to. It's not me that you should be questioning. Maybe you should
Absolutely.
question your own behavior if you have shame on being called a slut.
No, I don't.
Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying.
Slut is just
That's what I'm
a
saying.
noun. Like,
And
it's
my
just a
thing is,
like,
own
it's
your
not a
shit.
nothing.
Own your shit. Let's not
Go.
like try and be like, oh, he's slut shaming.
Yeah.
No, you're
I don't- but
fucking
I-
every man in the club. So,
But at the same time,
if that's what you want to do,
Then do that.
do it.
I don't think there's a negative connotation to it. I feel like it's when people claim slut shaming, it's more so like people try to put it in a negative connotation. Like even like the smirk thing, like oh, like you fuck every man in the club. Yeah, every man in the club wanted to fuck me. Like, do you know what I mean? So
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You own it, like just own it.
And it is a weird thing because even like there was a point on Twitter where there was like a lot of discourse around like, oh, if you take PrEP, you're a slut.
yeah.
Do you know how many gay men died during the fucking HIV
Everyone should take
pandemic?
PrEP.
There's a whole listen. You know,
I don't want to fuck nobody that's taking PrEP.
It's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, if you take PrEP, you are a slut.
but the thing
No,
is,
hold on. The reason why I say that is because you're taking PrEP because you don't know what
You don't know what someone else has.
I know people in relationships
Okay,
take
but
PrEP.
here's the thing:
I know
you
you're
can be a
healthy.
stupid hoe or you could be a smart hoe.
No, I'm not saying, but you're still a hoe.
Exactly. I know.
Andrew, I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna be like, "Oh, the reason why you're taking PrEP is because you don't know if someone has." But there are married women whose husbands come back home and give them HIV.
Yeah.
Well, then you're in a dislike. That's
Exactly. So you can't trust anyone but
You have
yourself.
a responsibility to protect yourself.
But then
Exactly.
also,
You
my
do have a
argument
responsibility, but I'm
is
talking
men
about-
always preach about this, like they want like a housewife, and there was like someone that's church, and someone that have sex once a year, and someone that preserves their body for years and never have sex. But then they go after the freak league. They want the freak that will jump on a dick.
Even straight
and
men.
shit
Yeah,
because
and
they can't
this
bring
and
that
that.
home.
Yeah. Oh.
You see, so
why?
for me,
it still goes to my point.
Misogyny and the patriarchy, baby. They've ruined everything.
It still goes to my point. Like, if you're having to take PrEP, you know that you've got on with a
you're not
slut,
having
right?
to take PrEP. So medicine,
But
we've come such a long way.
You don't have to be a
with
slut to
medicine,
get HIV.
No, you don't.
Exactly.
You don't. It can happen
Exactly.
at-
It can happen at any time. So I feel like as a queer community, we have responsibility to protect ourselves.
No, definitely.
And I don't feel like it's
We do.
fair to pass it judgment and be like, oh yeah, because you're taking PrEP, you don't know. You could know and you might not know, but you
You'll
don't
be
have to,
responsible.
so you don't want to fucking find out.
No, but I think
Yes,
it's I think
you'll be
what they're referring to
responsible.
is probably a certain type of person. It's just like
But
I mean, do I give you a certain type of person by take PrEP?
I think everyone should
Have you
take
never
PrEP.
had PrEP?
I think
Andrew?
everyone should take PrEP. So Andrew, you don't take PrEP. It's just what we're saying.
Answer the question. Answer the fucking question. Right.
Do you want to take
I
prep?
plead the fifth.
Right. Okay.
No, so obviously, so I would say so. I'm definitely a slut. I'm definitely a hoe. I like to fuck, right? I'm not sex positive. No, say I'm a slut. I'm a hoe. I like to fuck.
Yeah.
I'm very open. I know business.
No slamming.
But I think everyone should take prep because medicine has come such a long way for gay men to be safe and practice sex safely.
Yes.
So for people to now spread this misinformation,
My problem with gay men and sex is that we don't value sex.
Yeah.
We don't, but that's because we
Yes.
talked about. It's because a lot of us. There's this book by Adam Downs called The Velvet Rage: The Pains of Growing Up Gay in a Straight Man's World. Yeah, it talks about how a lot of us struggle having intimate relationships with each other because of
We're
our
not
early
taught-
experiences with our sexuality.
Yeah.
So like a lot of us have so much shame
Yeah.
ingrained into the way that we express our sexuality. This is why you meet random guys from the internet and go fuck them in that park over there, because you weren't taught to have conversations about that.
Exactly.
You weren't taught to value your sexuality, your space. So obviously, like. Yes, we can say that gay men are promiscuous, but I think it's really important to look at the cause for that.
Yeah.
And everybody's so quick to point the finger and judge everybody, but not looking at why.
Why?
Even like me, for example, like I grew up in the suburbs. I surrounded by so many white people believing that I was fucking ugly until I was like 22. So of course, when
Can I just plug my book, The Gay Blueprint? I actually do talk about this.
Yes, Daddy. But yeah, so for me, like a big part of my sexual like journey was feeling like, okay, like I'm made to feel like ugly and undesired all the time, and you know what? In my area, there's a middle-aged white guy who thinks I'm pretty. And that was my in, you know what I mean? And obviously, like I'm 30 and I've worked on it, and like we've gone therapy and shit. But like that's the reality for a lot of people, and I think there's a lot more damage to act like that doesn't exist.
Yes,
Because it does.
absolutely.
But people don't want to talk about it. Like you bring it
yeah,
up, and
I-
they're like,
I-
sexual freedom, sexual freedom.
No, and I think we like, again, another plug, The Gay Blueprint, right? One of the things I do address in my book is I look at the behaviors from a very early childhood. Do you know what I'm saying? The experience of being gay hits us. Like even when I told you from the age of 6, I'm a 6-year-old carrying this element of shame with me, walking into the world, and you don't realize it when you're young and you're gay and you're having to hide yourself. You learn how to lie and manipulate.
Of course.
Do you know what I'm saying? And then that's why, you know, if you pretty much look at most gay people, we know how to read a room before anyone.
Exactly.
It's like, 'cause
Absolutely.
We've been
Energy.
educated on how to switch of energy. It's like when someone's being shady, we've clocked
Yeah.
all of that as gay people
Yeah.
because that's how we've had to operate. To the point where I'm talking to my straight friends, I'm like, you guys were really not emotionally intelligent. But it made me realize I've always had to be emotionally intelligent because I've always had to protect that side of me.
Yeah,
and so you
yes,
walk into the world now, and I say this in my book, is that we walk into survival mode. Us as gay people, we're operating in survival mode. It's like now I've actually made it my thing where if I see a guy on the road, I'll be like, hey, come let me talk to you. I understand that I walk in a privilege as well, because most guys are going to be like, huh? Like most guys are scared. And it's so funny, one of my friends is like, it's so crazy, you make these straight boys feel like they're little like
Girls.
They're like, what? And I'll be like, and I'll call them over. And I think for me it's normalizing how we operate. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's just like most gay men will find it scary to walk to another man and say the first thing we're thinking is like, oh my god, I don't know if he knows I'm gay. It's like your gayness comes in, whereas the reality is a straight man will walk up to a female, not caring whether she's a female, whether she's a lesbian or anything like that, and just exercise himself. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Angle.
And so we just need to. There's a lot of trauma with that
I agree with that.
we live with that doesn't allow us to exist, and that's why I say we're surviving as opposed to just being at a place of peace. Like, do you know what I'm saying? And we need to operate differently in the way that we move in society. Even I understand why we have our spaces like our gay clubs and all of that, but we're part of the world. We're supposed to be integrated. Do you know what I'm saying? If when we go to spaces, it shouldn't be just based on identity. Oh, we're going to because we're all gay. Sometimes there's some gay people I don't even like. Do you know what I'm saying? Not because you're gay, I just don't like you.
like you as a person.
But you know what I'm saying? But I want to be around people that I do get along with, whether you're gay, straight, or anything, and we should be able to operate in a space. It's a space.
But
where
I think you're right when you say you're coming from a space of privilege, because
Exactly.
if I could, guys approach me when I'm out, but because the way I look, it's very easy to tell that I'm gay. But for you to call other people, like I can never.
It's not the first thing on their mind.
Yeah, I can like I will see a guy and be like, okay, he's attractive, and I won't do anything to make just in case he's like, yo, what the fuck? that's a lot of people's fears when it comes to that. And even when in queer spaces as well, yes, we would love to be integrated, but now you have your homies over there that's come in because it's £7 to get in, and then now we're feeling a little bit awkward over here, and then you know what I mean? Like,
and that's why I feel like I've also got a responsibility, because it's just like it was a funny situation. I was with some girls, right, and then this boy came to talk to them, and it was just like, oh, why is this boy always trying to talk to them? And it's like he was talking to them, and they was just like, oh, like you can see they were interested. So I said, hey, come here, let me talk to you for a second. I said, what's good? What's your number? And he instantly felt uncomfortable. He's like, oh, bro, I don't move like that. And I said, well, they don't really move like that either. Period. And so for me, it's just normalizing certain behavior. It's like, yes, I understand that it takes a certain type of man. If you want to go to rocks with me, like, I'm ready. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm very aware that I'm big and everything. So I know, like, again, I do have that privilege that comes with that. But I feel like part of my journey is to normalize being gay, because for most people, when they see someone like me, I've had friends swear on their kid's life that I'm not gay. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's just like, it's so wild, and it's just like because of perception that we have of gay, and we have to stop this as a community as a whole. Like, even when we started the show, it's like do you know what I'm saying? We're putting into box like what type of
exactly.
Like, are you a top? Are you massive? No, I'm a black man first, because that's what you see when you see me, and then I'm gay because that's what I'm attracted to. And yes, I present as masculine, but just because I'm masculine does not mean I cannot be gay. That's because I'm feminine does not mean I am gay. You see what I'm saying? Because that's to assume that every straight man can't be feminine. Because there are some feminine straight men. But then when you see them, you be like, oh, he must be gay. Just because
and they use it as an insult. Like, anytime straight women have an issue with a man, it's like, oh, he's gay.
Yeah. And we need to stop doing that. We could stop saying this person, look, you can't tell if this man is getting farts or not. Do you know what I'm saying?
Or
you can't tell, like, just because you see me, you'd be like, oh, he must be a top. Like, I've met guys that look like me, and they're like,
I thought he was bottom, for example. I didn't think he was a top. So,
you know what I'm saying?
You think what?
I didn't think he was a top. I thought he was bottom. Because most bottoms are muscular. I'm just saying that.
If you go into circuits, a lot of the hench guys.
Yeah, most of my friends have big muscle bottoms.
And that's because you're looking at it from a gay perspective.
Yes, exactly.
Like, so it's just like, how do you know what someone does in their
bedroom? That's the point I'm making. Like,
the main thing you're saying is that we need to get rid of stereotypes.
Exactly.
But that's why I said non-binary.
It's gonna be hard.
It's gonna be hard. It's gonna take an army. People have it right, because when we put this is because we're taught how to be a man.
Yes.
You're taught how to be a woman. You're taught how to be like, this is what gay looks like. You're taught how this is, and when you take out all of those boxes, it's just like, okay, you're just yourself. So,
and a lot of people would drown
if they literally.
It's like that. I remember like once I was out. This is like must be like during COVID. I must have been like a warehouse day with my friends and one of their like boyfriends, cousins or whatever. And like he's straight, and he looked at me and he was like, "You're actually just a really nice guy." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just a person."
What?
I'm surprised.
Like, I'm surprised.
Yeah, but so it's like,
Really
"Oh, you're just a cool guy." I'm like, "Yeah, like." I'm a person. Like, what were you expecting?
It's like almost like that black and white thing when you talk as a black man and you have an intelligent conversation. Like,
you sound white.
You're quite intelligent. You're like, the fuck?
What were you expecting?
What made you think I was unintelligent? Do you know what I'm saying? Just
but I've noticed that in workspaces as well. Like, especially when you work in like spaces like retail or whatever. Yeah. You're mixed with a lot of group of people that come from a lot of different backgrounds. So let's say, for example, like a typical, I don't know, someone that comes from ends. I don't know, I've never been, but you know what I'm saying.
He said someone girl.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, like,
I'm not ghetto.
I ain't ghetto as shit.
I've never been there. I don't know about struggle. I never did that.
Yo, like, I don't know what's going on.
Last 2 months, it's getting too hot.
I've never been there.
But it will be a case of like, let's say for example, you're working on shift with someone that's not particularly used to being around a gay person, let alone a feminine gay person, let alone a black feminine gay person. They'll feel uncomfortable at first. They don't know how to operate. They don't know how to move. But then after the shift, they're kind of like, you know what, like you're actually calm. And then the next thing, like months, years go by, and then you actually become like friends with that person, and then their mind changes and
It's
perspective
sad.
They're using your
changes.
sexuality to define you because,
Yeah.
because they've already assumed that you're gay. So it's like, oh, I don't know how to.
But also representation, they have no reference point.
Exactly.
They don't.
Exactly.
They
And I think
don't.
the
Well,
problem.
they shouldn't have a representation. It's just like I'm a human being.
Yeah, but
first.
humans, we like boxes. Like even if everyone was the same race, everyone was the same religion, we find a way to divide each other. Like look at Nigeria.
It doesn't make it right.
It doesn't.
And that's why we need to unlearn those. Anything that's learned can be unlearned.
But I think on a psychological level, like a lot of people need to be able to relate to someone as
They
like
do.
an entry point in. So obviously this comes to representation in media and that if you had a reference point of a queer black person or a trans person or a non-binary person, you could have a better scope of how to approach that. But if you've never had a conversation with anybody like that ever, to go
You
in
wouldn't
blind,
even
you
know.
don't know how to.
But that's like
have no
saying,
clue.
"Oh, I've never met a black person, so how do I talk to you?"
Because people are stupid.
People are silly.
But the thing is,
Yeah.
no, but we can't justify stupidity.
Okay,
Not
I'm not
justifying, just
justifying
explaining
It's
it.
like, I'm, a
Yes.
human being,
Yeah.
I'm a human being first. At the end of the day,
But-
how do you like to
Yeah,
be treated? You like to
true.
be treated with respect, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So just treat everybody with respect. Like I'm not gonna call you a man just because you look like a man. If I'm like, how do you like me to address you? Like,
But to be fair, before I started going out in London and coming out to London, I never experienced gay men like you before. I never experienced gay men that are DL, but are like masculine, like to the point
Right,
where
yeah.
if I saw them in the street, I wouldn't even think for 1 second that they were gay. Do you know what I mean? Like, but it's all about like experiences, being in experiences, seeing it to be like, actually, this is what the world actually looks like. Like now when I walk in the street and then Mandem is looking at me, I don't know. But like if they're looking at me, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna be like, oh, because you wanna fuck. Not because you wanna fight me, but because you wanna fuck. Because I've seen people that look like you that are, do you know what I mean? So my brain chemistry now is completely
Different.
changed.
Right.
That's why even when we're speaking earlier about my confidence gone through the roof because I just feel like my perspective now has changed on the way that people view me.
Right.
So it's like when you see people, that's why it's so important for us to even have like these conversations and this podcast is so people can see like people do exist and people do have conversations and this is how we interact with each other. This is how we talk to each other. Like this is what happens in real life. It's not in a box or on your phone. Like this is real. You know what I'm saying?
No, I see it. It's really funny because saying that, because like you're saying that when people are looking at you, you feel like like they want to fuck me. I've gone like the complete opposite way. So
Really?
like I just like expect that people aren't into me, and it's really bad.
Oh, it's babe, it's a lie.
Girl,
Trust me, it's
hold
a
on.
lie.
I'll be like out, and my friend will be like, "Remember, like that guy was flirting with you. He complimented your jacket." I'm like, "Bitch, it's a nice jacket." Like, what are we talking about?
I used to like remember when I used to say that? I used to be like, oh, like if someone says, "Oh my god, you look nice," I'm like, "Oh, thanks."
Yeah,
and then
man, thank
people
you.
were like, "No, he wants to fuck."
In my head,
Yeah,
like,
she's also-
in my head, people just think I'm
yeah.
like cool, and like the people,
No.
people think I dress nice and I'm cool. But I'm like, oh, like you don't want to fuck me, like fine, whatever. So it was get gagged, and people are like, no, like I'm into you. I'm like, oh shit. Like,
Yeah, you kind of like, oh wait,
I'm not
oh.
really.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I'm still not
Because
into
like
that.
most of the time, people are not going to be straightforward because it's quite an awkward conversation to
And I
have.
can be a little bit intimidated. I'm a bit extroverted. I'm a bit loud.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But the thing is also is the mentality we also need to change. It's just like if somebody's generally coming up to say something like to compliment, like why like the idea of like you want to fuck me, I'm not gonna fuck me.
Yeah,
It
like-
shouldn't even matter.
But the thing is,
Just
it's a
complimenting you,
it's a
yeah.
I just
defensive.
assume it's platonic. I just assume they're just being nice.
No, but it
Do
can
you know what I mean?
but the
Yeah.
thing is they're into you, regardless of whether it's
Right.
they're into something that you're doing. So it's like I like your jacket. Okay, let's carry on a conversation.
Okay.
It shouldn't just be about he doesn't want to fuck me or he wants to fuck me.
No, but
That
when I say fuck, I don't mean.
He means get to know.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like this is because
'Cause our
the
lingo
fucked up
is like
language
that,
that we
yeah.
use. Yeah, we say, our language is fucked.
Yeah, we don't literally mean fuck. He means
Yeah.
like, oh, he's
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
see
yeah.
what's going on.
That's what
Yeah.
the vibe is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he wants to
I talk about that all the
fuck
time.
with
I'm
me.
like,
Like
yeah,
he wants
whatever.
to have a conversation. He wants to
Okay,
get to know.
I get you from that.
Yeah.
So before
Where you got your glasses from?
Yeah, don't let me. Yeah.
So before we round up, I want to ask one more question regarding like friend groups. What is your friend group like, Andrew? Would you say predominantly black or majority? Like, doesn't matter.
Well, you know what? My friend group is predominantly straight black men and women.
Okay.
However, I do have other friends. I do have gay white friends. I do have gay black friends. That's just been your day ones, man.
Yeah. Navigating your sexuality around that, knowing the way black people view homosexuality, how has it been with your friend group and coming out to them? And because you said
my
like
friend group it's helped me learn that I shouldn't have to navigate myself around anything. Like, I just need to be present and be me. Do you know what I'm saying? If I have to navigate myself, it means I shouldn't be
there. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, again, I know, and I'm very aware that I come from a place of privilege, because it's just like, it's so funny, even when I tell people I'm gay, it's just like, they get uncomfortable. Like, uncomfortable in a way where it's just like, they want to be even nicer to me. And it's just like, oh. Like, it's so funny. One of my friends, he was just like, oh, I saw one of your videos. You're gay, aren't you? I said, yeah. And that's like,
Well, no.
I kept quiet.
But what, do you find that with them? So, for example, like with us, I can tell them about hookups. I can tell them about men. Are you comfortable speaking to your friends about that, like your sexual?
You know what's like, they've made me feel comfortable, but I think some of my internal homophobia, if that's the right word, like around like
straight people,
my trauma around being gay makes it feel like when my straight friend would be like, yeah, so like, that boy, what'd you do with him now? I say, boy, don't ask me no fucking questions like that.
There's still a little bit of shame, but see, I feel like that's normal.
Yeah, no, you have to work. You have to, like, you have to.
Most of
work.
And then when I did tell him, he was just like, okay, well, I mean, did you enjoy it? And it's just such, it's such an awkward conversation because it's just awkward a lot of the time. So, but I've learned to be
freer.
To be freer.
Because I've been around straight men and they talk about girls a lot. And like, oh, this girl's ass was fat. This girl, I was like, but you having predominantly straight friends, I just wondered like how. Yeah,
because even there was like a couple months, last year, there was like, oh, let's go on an all boys holiday. I said, I'm not going. I said, I refuse. He goes, what? I go, so. I said, listen, I've had years of going on all boys trips, and you lot dragging me around, all these
strip
girls,
clubs, and
I just don't want. I said, okay, if I go on this boys holiday, are we going to the gay club? They go, oh yeah, I get what you mean.
Exactly.
But some of my straight friends have actually come to the gay club with me. Like, it was so funny.
Wait, do your straight boyfriend? But do your straight friends look like you also?
Yeah,
like
they
big?
look like me. They look like me. They've come to Pride with me as well.
That would be so intimidating.
We were talking about that at Fire the other time. Like there was this straight boy that came to Fire. Do you remember?
That someone brought him.
Like he came with his gay best friend, and everyone was asking him.
Oh, the pretty boy
on the weekend,
and people were posting pictures with him.
So let me tell you that. I used to be the best friend that was the straight friend.
Okay.
I used to go to heaven being like, no, I'm just here with my bridge.
Yeah,
he's the one
we clocked him, brother. I mean, I didn't clock him. I just asked him. I was like,
because he was in a dark room.
But they say that contradicts what I say, because I have gone into the club with my straight friends, but you can tell them by
I do think that as human men, women, I think we all have a bit of like we're not all bisexual, but I feel like we all have a bit of interest for but then obviously you like something more, so I do think like there is a bit of something.
Straight
in
is just
everyone.
by default. Because
of course. Do you know
what about you, Roman? Do you have what is your friend group like? Male, female, straight?
You know what? Primarily some little gay boys. I feel awful.
They're all gay.
No, I do.
You said little gay boys.
Just these little gay boys. I say, look, they're all like 6'4" and treat me like a princess. But like the little gay boys, most of them are black or of color, and I have like one like white gay friend, and he wrote a book about like racism and queerness within like the gay community and stuff like whatever. And he's like, thank you, Ramon, for helping me like write this book. I was like, yeah, bitch. I taught you something. I think it's mainly like, but saying I think it's a lot more like queer rather than gay. So a lot more like non-binary or like trans people that are kind of like in my circle specifically. I think when I was younger, especially out of like uni and stuff, because I'm at university in Brighton, so a lot of my friends were like straight guys. But I think as we got older, I realized that our priorities in life changed a lot. And you're looking to have kids and get married to your high school sweetheart and but like when you're gay, your adolescence is postponed because like when everyone else is having like young.
Oh my god! I had a friend that cut me off when she had kids. Like she had when she decided that we used to party together, and then when she decided that she wanted to have kids, she kind of like
blocked
went.
But she was
she
a lesbian, bisexual. Say it. Like she was bisexual.
She was bi-curious.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she decided to have kids, and she kind of like blocked me, and I found out that she ended up having a baby through a friend in common, and she was like, "Oh my god, did you see her baby?" And I was like, "No, oh my god, she posted," and I was like, "Went to see it," and I was blocked, and I was like, "Oh."
But that's the double standard with men and women. Like women are allowed to explore the sexuality.
Yeah, so she was kind of over the gay parties
Yeah,
because obviously she wanted a family.
Again, plugging my book, The Gay Blueprint. Yeah, I talk about this, how as gay people, we're individualized into society and straight people are socialized. And what I mean by that is that as a straight person, history throughout the beginning of time has basically given you a framework in which you live your life by. Meet boy, meet girl, go to uni, have kids, like get married, have kids,
and die.
As a straight person, we don't have a framework to live by. It's almost just like
As a gay person,
the generation that would have taught us that, most of them died of AIDS.
yeah,
And so we're now living in a life
That is true.
trying to figure out, what is it? Okay, I'm gay. How do I build a life that is a meaningful life? Because my history or what I know as being gay has just been hookups, because I've either had to hide about it. And that's why we have a huge hookup culture in our community. And never been taught how to like have that conversation with their parents, like, oh, this is the type of boy you should meet, or this is the type of boy I want to meet home, and like have those type of conversations. Or even when we get into relationships, it's like, as a straight person, you have your family as your support network. Your grandma, your mom will
How's
your
that girl?
village will grow that relationship.
Even that's like an idea of what it should kind of look like.
And so we are still almost creating a framework in which we should
fresh
framework.
Yeah.
My book talks about this framework. It talks about the framework and how we as gay people should question some of our behaviors that we normalize. Yeah. And that's why I don't come from a place of judgment. I'm coming from a place of someone that's been a slut, someone that's taken drugs, someone that I've had experiences, but I question these behaviors and ask myself, what my book does, it asks us really hard questions. Like, it doesn't put judgment, because it's not coming from a place of judgment, but it asks us these questions. Are these things bringing you peace? Because the whole point of life is for us to be happy. If something's not bringing you peace, it means it's not good for you.
Absolutely.
And like, where does it come from? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think we all have responsibility as gay men, especially gay men, period, black, straight, white. I think as gay men, we all have a place of responsibility to build that framework, especially our generation. Like you said, most of the generation before us, they did die. Again, so now it's up to us to...
The gay blueprint, right?
Yes. So starting with the gay blueprint.
No, but you know what I do in the book? Sorry to interrupt, but what I do with this book, the reason why I'm really plugging it, because it's the first reader's attempt of creating almost like a gay Bible.
Yeah, I like that.
And so what I did was, at the beginning of the book, I've told people, anybody that wants to add to this, like almost like a gospel, and you put your gospel of how we should align in terms of creating a sense of peace. And even in the book, it has daily vows on how you, like, things that you should say to yourself to break away from some of the habits that we've normalized that we think is good behavior. Because it's one thing to have freedom, but with freedom with no liberation, it's just almost like we're working in chaos. We're literally, like, as gay people, we're working in chaos because we don't have something that holds us accountable for the bullshit.
How has it been with this book and promoted it and getting people to read? Have people, because again, back to stereotypes, hench, muscular, tattoos, what do people, when you tell people you've written a book, how do you think people take that?
I mean,
this is something expected?
People, there's a lot of, like, people, it's like, people gravitate to it a lot because they're like, okay, like, we want to know, like, what difficulties you had. And people, as much as I've said, like, there's sometimes I've lived in the privilege, but that privilege has gone against me. Do you know what I'm saying? Because in terms of my own mental health, because it's like, whereas you might present yourself as feminine and it's like, okay, the world has taught you you're gay. The world has taught me that I'm not gay. So I've been taught that I don't exist. You know what I'm saying? I can't exist. And sometimes, I remember when I was younger, I used to look at the feminine boys and think, fucking hell, man, you guys are brave. Like, being able to, like, be yourself.
Honestly.
And even though it comes with, like, its own, like, trauma and stuff, but, like, people, you're gay and you're living yourself. Whereas I'm just like, I'm having to hide myself because I'm trying to protect my masculinity, because my masculinity is being told that being gay is not acceptable.
Yeah.
And so that's why for me it was very important for me to, like, on my like when I finally got to a place of peace with myself. Well, I'm still getting to a place of peace, but when I was able to say to myself, I said, you know what, fuck this shit. You know what, like, I need to be the voice for the next generation, because no one. There's people that look and sound like me that are calling themselves DL and all of that, and they're scared because
athletes.
of how.
Hit me up.
Anyone. It's not even it's lawyers, doctors, judges, everyone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even the cleaners. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
anyone. It's that they present in a certain way, but they, because of how the community or their responsibilities that they have in life in general, they feel like they can't exercise their they can't express their sexuality because they're trying to protect their masculinity.
Yeah, I think feminine gay men are the heartbeat of the community, because
100%,
literally
100%.
because without them,
And the dolls as well.
yes, and the dolls.
But the thing is, these are the people that don't get enough respect.
Exactly, it's misogyny. It's misogyny. It's misogyny.
And that's why it's very, and that's why for me it's just like this almost becomes a hierarchy, because like when people's like, oh, you're a top, and it's just like, why are you celebrating that? Or like if someone says you're a bottom, it's almost like we shame bottom. It's just like, why are you shame someone?
And plus, we need each other. If you're gonna be a straight, you need a bottom. If you're gonna be a bottom, you need a straight. So don't make it like a.
Ideality, it's like we just need to be.
We need
You
each
know what I'm
other.
saying?
Yeah.
It's not like a top or bottom thing, because it's like again, even when you put labels on people, it's like now you're top, and then it's just like, so now if that top now says he wants the bottom, everyone's like, oh, I thought you were a top. And it's just like, so it almost comes with its own dagger. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just like, we should just be able to just enjoy ourselves as being. And if I want to one day, want to do this, I shouldn't be judged because it's like, because I thought he was masculine, I thought he was this, and this is how he should be. Because now you're trying, as a community, you're now trying to put somebody else in the box. And now saying, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even down to your own experience, when you're saying with that guy, it's just like, the lie, he shouldn't have lied. But the fact that he felt like he had to lie,
it's a problem.
do you know what I'm saying? It's a problem.
Amazing. This has been a really impactful.
This has been great. You guys have been amazing.
Amazing. Like, we loved it so much.
Stream my single Haymaker.
Yes.
I'm gonna get my plug.
I'm plugging the gay blueprint all day.
Yeah, and I was actually more about my music.
Gonna be throughout the whole
Shout out
thing.
to you. Don't have to leave me hanging. Wait.
And
I'm gonna be in his music video.
Period.
Where did you guys decide that?
Just now.
I love that.
I'll do it. I'll be skinning out the.
As you should.
Great. Thank you guys for tuning in to Pigmented Taboo, and we'll see you next episode.
Where we see
Your thoughts.
Yes.
It's the cars getting bitches slum, kicking up a fuss. Time is up, got you in the rock.